The following program is a presentation of the Toadslacks Radio Network. For questions, comments, or suggestions regarding this or any other TSR program, look for the email address at the bottom at tinyurl.com/getthetoad. My friends, you've heard the news. Now let's find out what's really going on, courtesy of the Toadslacks Radio Network. I'm your armchair news reporter, Joe Hafner. Topping the stories today, GPS tracking collars have helped prevent violent clashes between elephants and humans in Raau Province, Indonesia, where some of the last Sumatran elephants live. Clashes between humans and elephants in Raau have become more commonplace since the 1990s. The endangered elephants would show up unexpectedly at a village, pillage for food while leveling everything in its path. Then, in 2020, a small group of animal conservationists began tracking down the elephants, tagging them, and fitting giant 30-pound GPS collars around their necks. When a collared elephant and its herd were near any farms or houses, the group would alert villagers, who would make a racket by setting off firecrackers and bellowing to drive the animals away. By 2022, the organization had 5 of the GPS collars tracking 5 herds of wild elephants, more than half the population roving the wilds of Sumatra. Not a single violent clash has been recorded over the past year. A village chief explained that before, they would have to run from village to village to warn people if they saw an elephant. Now, when elephants head their way, they can handle it because they know. In animal-human conflicts in recent years, some NGOs have turned to monitoring technology, not to spy on either wild animals or humans, but rather to broker peace. Various companies now do a brisk trade in elephant GPS collars, and a Nepali software engineer has designed an app-based alert system to de-escalate encounters between elephants and people. One method even imitates the sound of buzzing bees, which plays on the elephant's threat perception to drive them away. In other news, a possum that was feared extinct was found by an amateur naturalist being cooked on a hungry family's barbecue. The species was feared extinct in Papua New Guinea, as experts suggest the population is still quite large. The Telephomon cuccus possum, which is a critically endangered possum found on New Guinea, was discovered last year. Experts say that sighting of this rarely known species was, quote, vital, unquote, for conservation efforts. Despite stumbling upon the creature, the family was setting up dinner plates to feast on the rare creature. While it was already being prepared on the grill when they found it, Mr. Smith decided to take photos of the carcass of the possum. The Telephomon cuccus possum is much different from the opossums that is largely seen in North America. This possum creature is native to New Guinea and is relatively large compared with other possums. As published in the journal Science, a team of researchers discovered hidden mathematical patterns, ellipses, parabolas, hyperbolas in human movement that could ripple across the interdisciplinary study of active matter, which examines group behavior in populations ranging from clumps of bacteria to herds of animals. The researchers believe mathematical shapes should be nucleated in flocks of all species, or even inanimate entities such as charged atoms or cell organelles. It's a, quote, neat mathematical theory, unquote, said Rogers. We now know that much more structure exists than previously thought. And finally, the United States, Soviet Union, and Japan have all sent robots to the moon over the past 50 years. Now a group of college students is joining in by building a shoebox-sized rover that they plan to launch next month. The lunar rover, called Iris, will be the first privately made American robot to explore the surface of the moon, according to the project's website. But that's not all. It would also be the first student-built rover and the smallest and lightest one yet. Around 300 students from Carnegie Mellon University have all pitched in on the project. Meanwhile, hundreds of students have poured thousands of hours into the project as well. And that, my friends, is all the news that I have for you today. The following program was a presentation of the Toadslax Radio Network. For questions, comments, or suggestions regarding this or any other TSR program, look for the email address at the bottom at tinyurl.com/getthetoad. Gunther, go to the house.